Fellow Drops fans, I want to shout out to the friends over at Verve. What's up, y'all? Thanks for bringing us this wonderful coffee from Juan Benitez in Honduras to you via us. Let's get into it. What's up, fellow Drops fans, fellow fans, and coffee lovers everywhere? My name is Haley. I am your local resident Q grader and your brew guide, here to talk to you about a wonderful, wonderful washed Honduras coffee today. Honduras Juan Benitez from Verve Coffee, our friends, and us to you. Before I get into why it is so amazing, wonderful, delicious, fun, special, all those good things, let me get into how I am brewing it on Stag X for pour over. So first, I am using 23 grams in to 350 grams out. I'm brewing at 205 degrees Fahrenheit. I bloomed at 50 grams and then I broke bloom at about 37 seconds, right on that mark. I just poured up to 150 grams. I'm going to give 5 gentle swirls of agitation after this second pour only, and I'm not going to add any more extra agitation to this brew after that. I ground at a 5 on Ode with SSP. That is about a 4 on Ode Gen 2 and about a 3 on Ode Gen 1. All other grind setting conversions can be found on our brew guide blog post linked in the description of this video. I'm gonna grab this and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, gently, just making sure that everything is soaking evenly and adding a little bit of extra agitation to this brew. After this level goes down just a little bit, I'm gonna add a bit more water. So I'm gonna go in spiral motion up to 250 grams. No surprises there. And then after the water level drips down to about a half an inch to an inch above the bed of grounds-ish, I'll pour up to 350 grams where I will be done brewing. Total brew time varies, of course, and if you're tasting it and it tastes great outside of this range, phenomenal. But we're finding that total brew time for us and this recipe is 3 minutes 40 seconds to 4 minutes, somewhere in that range. Okay, now that I have told you how to brew the coffee and I am waiting for the coffee to finish dripping, I almost just poured a little too soon. Let me talk to you about why we're so excited to feature it. This coffee comes from a very special relationship between Verve and producer Juan Benitez in Honduras. It was also hand-selected for us by Verve's head of coffee, Matt, and Verve's green buyer, Kylie. Shout out to both of them for going out there, working with Juan, getting this coffee selected for us. Like literally, y'all, they hand-selected this coffee for us. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. Feels good. Very special. As I do this last pour, some more details on this coffee. As I said, it's a washed processed coffee. It is a Pacas variety. It was grown at 1,650 meters above sea level. And it's coming out tasting very indicative of a Pacas. So it's got that like, sort of like that full, nice mouthfeel going on, that like milk chocolatiness. Some dried apricot floating through, definitely like plum and like that sort of purplish fruit. And there's definitely a present and clear citrus nature to it. Our friends at Verve say lemon, and that is so spot on. Also, if you are an espresso lover, as I know some of our Drops fans are, any coffee can be pulled as espresso, and it's really just up to preference whether or not that's gonna be good or not great for espresso, right? Like the bag doesn't have to say espresso on it for the coffee to be delicious as espresso or delicious to you as espresso. That being said, this coffee, I think I drank like 4 shots of it earlier, which is why I kind of seem super caffeinated right now. Occupational hazards. But this coffee extracted as espresso really highlights that bright citrusiness, while allowing for just like a nougat kind of character to come through, as well as that nice like plum tartness. It's really, really nice. And you can see this on our brew guide blog post linked in the description of this video. But I pulled it at a 20 gram dose in to out, 59 grams out in 30 to 33 seconds. I think I was like right on the 33 mark with my dial. So super long, like super big yield, kind of quick flowing shot, but like really delicious. I imagine that even concentrated, this shot would taste delicious. You probably would just pull out more of that milk chocolatiness. Again, go ahead and look at our dial on the Brew Guide blog post, but just a quick PSA that any coffee can be extracted as espresso. It just really depends on your personal taste as to whether it will be, quote, good or bad, right? Because coffee taste is subjective at the end of the day. Thank you so much to the friends over at Verve Coffee for selecting this coffee as one to present to us for drops. We're so stoked on it. If you saw us at SCA a few weeks back, you know that I was on bar with Kylie brewing up this delicious coffee, and I hope you got some of it there if you saw us at SCA, because it is delicious. If you didn't get it there, feel free to order it from Drops while the window is open, and we will send it to you. As always, it is easy to order from Fellow Drops. All you have to do is text us back the number of bags you want, 1, 2, 5, however many, and we will send them to you. If you don't want coffee this week, don't text us back, and we will not charge you or send you unnecessary coffee. We will just text you next week with another delicious Fellow Tasting Panel curated selection. As always, I have been and will continue to be Haley, your brew guide and local Q grader. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you next week for the next brew guide video. Go forth, brew the coffee, taste the espresso, and if you don't like how it's tasting, adjust some of the variables one by one, not all at once, preferably, and enjoy the rest of your day. Cheers.